Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, champions of education for sustainable development from all over the world. We want to thank God for this precious time that He has given us for us to connect again. And thank you for joining us from different parts of the world. I warmly welcome you to this global learning session hosted by the Global Alliance for Sustainability in Education, GASE. It is always a privilege to gather as a community of educators, a community of leaders, practitioners, and learners who believe that education is not just about knowledge, but about shaping the future we want to see. As we begin, I want to invite us to pause for a moment and reflect on this truth that sustainable development is not built in isolation. It is built through people, partnerships, and purposeful learning. Our Sunday sessions, which have faithfully been held since 2023, are grounded in one simple but powerful idea that when we learn together across borders, disciplines, as well as experiences, we strengthen our collective capacity to respond to global challenges. Last Sunday, we were reminded that collaboration, digital tools, and global networks are no longer optional. They are essential pathways for advancing equity, access, and innovation in education. Today, we continue that conversation by deeply focusing on how global citizenship and informed mobility contribute to sustainable development. This session speaks directly to the heart of education for sustainable development, where learning empowers people to make responsible decisions, engage ethically across cultures, and contribute meaningfully to societies beyond their immediate environments. We are especially honored today to be joined by a facilitator whose work bridges global mobility, planning, and responsible engagement, helping individuals navigate international opportunities with clarity, safety, and purpose. Before I welcome the facilitator of the day, allow me to invite my kid sister, Margaret Muchosi, to say a word of prayer for us. Welcome, Margaret. Margaret?
Thank you, Dr. Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be here. Let us pray. Almighty Father, we come before you this moment. We thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for our families. We thank you for each one of us that is gathered here at this moment. Lord, we commit this meeting in your able hands. We pray for your Holy Spirit to guide us in each and everything. We bless you and we worship your holy name. It is in the mighty name of Jesus Christ that I believe and pray. Let us say amen.
Amen, amen,
Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Margaret. Margaret is my small sister. We were together in high school, and I think she was my baby. I was in fourth form. Margaret, you were in first year when I was in form 4. You were in form 1 when I was in form 4.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
awesome. Thank you so much and welcome. It is
Thank
therefore my
you.
pleasure to once again welcome and introduce Mr. Daniel Karu, the CEO of Skyflash Agency Limited, who will guide us through today's topic, encouraging global citizenship for sustainable development. That is how to make it to a foreign country responsibly, safely, and purposefully. As we listen, I encourage each one of us to think beyond travel as movement and instead see it as an opportunity for learning, contribution, and shared global responsibility. And so, before Daniel comes on, allow me to recognize the presence of important people in the meeting, the directors of GASE, Professor Balidawa, I saw you. Please say hi and invite the director, Ambassador Fanuel, to take it over from you.
So thank you very much, Dr. Ari. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are listening to us today. This is a very interesting topic, and I guess we really like to know more about how we can be at ease as we are globe-trotting and in the hope of becoming global citizens. Mine is to invite the director of GASE, I think. Yes, Fanuel. Dr. Fanuel, please just say a word before you invite the speaker for today. Thank you.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're listening to us. It's a great evening and a great time that we get to learn again what is important in us helping us to live sustainably. One of the things that we are doing or looking forward to do, not even looking forward, is what we are doing is something called global citizenship education. And what that means is that we can learn global insights and apply them to the local, in our local context. And so it brings us to a very exciting moment so that we can learn about what it means to do it actually by people who have already done it in the past or doing it in the actual sense. So I myself am very eager to learn from Daniel Karu and to know that when that time comes when I have to travel abroad for either residence or work or any other, that this is what I'll have to do. And it's also important in us guiding our learners and other people about on the same topic. So thank you so much, Daniel, for connecting with us today. And we believe that we shall have a nice time as we learn. So I will not have to say much, but let me give you time to take it up and say welcome.
Thank you so much. And privilege to be among scholars and also at the same time people of intent and of need that you are here to be able to help people to be able to manage sustainably and get even meet their goals in life. So my name is Daniel Karu, and I have been an avid and interested in travel. I have been doing this job for now 7 years down the line. And it has been my privilege and honor to be able to make that dream a reality to many more people that have been in my life and I've been able to interact with. So it is a pleasure to be among you, to be able to serve you and to give you just a few tidbits here and there on how to maneuver and how to be able to manage your life abroad and also how to move from your country to, let's say, the global arena. So first of all, I want to say that it's a privilege to be able to be among people of the same mind, that the interest about travel. I hope everybody's hearing me.
Yes,
Hello?
yes, you are very clear. Just
I'm audible. It's always good to hear that people are able to understand. So first thing about global citizenship is that we are looking at the different pathways to sustainable development and opportunity, how to connect with people, how to connect with opportunities, how to be able to manage the different places that we are interested in going, and also the possibilities of our lives being better from where we come from. So the first thing I want to let you know is that we need to understand what a global, let's say what we mean by global citizenship. So whenever we have that mindset in us, it always takes us back to first of all, where are we citizens of? And where do we want to be citizens later on? So first thing is to understand from our own perspective where we are coming from. So for me, I will just say that I am from Kenya. And in Kenya, we have various opportunities to be able to manage our lives and to be able also to develop. But in the sense of, if you calculate on what you are getting as you are earning and also your way of life, you can be able to compare it with another life outside of Kenya. It gives you a sense of, can I better my life? Can I better myself? Can I be able to manage and be among those people that are, top of the crop? So the best thing about being a global citizen is that you get an opportunity to grow, expand, and be able to live a better life and also to be able to manage yourselves. So one thing I wanted to share with you is just understanding about global citizenship. So the first thing I wanted to share is the shared global community. So I want all of you to see yourself not only as a member of one country, but as part of a global village. So the opportunities that are in the world right now, they are there for us to be able to reach out and to be able to use so that we can grow and manage our lives in the future. So one thing is for sure, the world is waiting for all of you. The world is seeing you, how you are growing, how you are managing yourself, how you are also representing yourselves. Remember just it was like 1 or 2 months ago, I remember Donald Trump saying that he sees that Kenyans, if you remember, that's also one of the countries. I think Kenya is one of the people that are hardworking, and he is privileged to name it and also talk about it. So it means that we are already being seen by the international world as people who are interested in working and developing ourselves and also being able to be a blessing to those people in the global village. Secondly, I wanted to speak about something we call cultural respect. So understanding the different cultures, respecting diversity, and also embracing inclusivity with other people. So first of all, let us understand about the cultures. What is our interest when we want to go global, when we want to go abroad? That's the first thing that we normally look at. What are we interested in achieving? So once we have that concept in mind, the next question is, with this concept of what I want to achieve, what is the next step to take? Now, I want all of us to, if you can get a pen and paper real quick, it will be able to help you out on a few things that I'm going to speak about. So one thing is about SMART goals. All of us know about SMART goals and how they work. We have been hearing about them in class, in institutions, in meetings. Everywhere we go, we hear SMART, SMART, SMART. But I'm very sure that you have never realized that SMART works in every field of our lives and also where we work. So we can be able to break it down so that you can be able to relate it with the global citizenship. So one is specific. So we should always be knowing that there's a specific need that we have whenever we want to go global. Is it studying? Is it travel? Is it to visit a family member? Or probably you just want to go out there and just whenever you go for visits, whenever you go for cruise ships and all that, you need to know specifically where you want to go. And secondly, will it benefit you or your family or your life? So that's one of the things that I normally base on whenever I communicate and I consult with my clients. I always ask them, why are you interested in Italy? Why are you interested in USA? Why are you interested in Canada? What is your end time? What is your long-term goal? Or what is your plan for going over there? So whenever you have that specific need, it's easier for me to be able to consult with you and to guide you on how you can be able to manage to go to that country. So that is the first one. The second one is it needs to be measurable. So just calculate yourself and see, for me to be able to go and visit a certain country, or to go and study, or to go and be a global citizen, am I able to? Have I been able to plan myself accordingly? I will also take you through that planning process. So the second thing is you have to measure yourself and measure the global world and be able to understand there is a need to go there, but there also has to be a plan to be able to go there. So the matter of being measurable is that you can also be able to understand your capacity as a person before you take on that step to be a global citizen. The third goal is achievable. So make sure that you can be able to achieve that goal of travel or study. And at the end of the day, the issue about being achievable is that you should also be able to understand that there are needs that need to be met to be able to take that step and be able to be a global citizen. So once you plan on being able to achieve that goal, we now go to the fourth one, which is relevancy. Is it relevant for you? Does it align with your plan? Does it align with your life? Does it align with what you're planning to do? So once you are able to understand that this thing can be able to make me manage to go to this step, and I can be able to grow and be able to change my life and my family, then that's now where you go to the next one, which is time-based. So calculate your time, think about it, plan about your family, plan about your life, plan about where you are working. So work it out, see what timeline you need to be able to achieve, remember, achievable, to be able to achieve that goal for travel or for being the global ambassador that all of you are. So remember, in your heart, there's a dream. There's a dream that you want to achieve. And with that dream comes with the next step, which is now opportunity. Where can I be able to achieve and get a great opportunity when I take this step and move forward? So up to that point, I just wanted to let you know that every time whenever you want to go and travel, because that is my bread and butter, the first thing is always know that it comes from within. I have a need. I want to go and travel. I want to go and study. I want to go and see a family or a relative. Then from there, now we'll be able to strategize. So up to there, any questions so that I can be able to continue? I'm opening it for Q&A as we continue, because it's always good to give a breath on everyone and also see where everyone has reached.
Yes, let's share our questions.
The floor is open. Okay.
And you can also raise up your hand and just unmute. Do you have any? If not, then you could just proceed. I'm sure we'll have so much engagement as we proceed.
Okay, sorry, I did not hear the person what he was saying, but it's okay. So I wanted to go to the next step, which is now being able to confirm about travel. So one thing I wanted to let everyone understand about travel is that it has a different costs, which are accompanied with the different views and plans that somebody has been able to set up. So second thing I wanted to talk about is, are you able to afford the pathway that you want to take for travel? So the first thing I wanted to give us an attention to is proof of funds, because that's what many people don't understand about various countries. And the main purpose is that if you are able to figure out on your finances, and what you require to be able to manage to go to the global arena is that we need to work on our funds. So, like I will give an instance of a client that I already dealt with before. So they wanted to go to Italy to travel, and at the moment they had like in their account, they had we can just say like $5,000, and they needed like maybe $20,000 to be able to take that trip. So the first thing that we had to advise is, are you able to accumulate like $20,000 or $30,000 to be able to go for this 1 week travel to Italy to manage your life? So the only thing that I realized from them is that they had not yet planned well on the fact that in that country, there are financial obligations that you have to meet. There is the transport, there is the accommodation. At the same time, wherever you are going, there are charges there. So once we're able to sit down, calculate on the amount of money they need to accumulate to be able to manage such a trip, they had to go back and start now working on getting the extra funds. And that's the most important thing about being a global citizen. We need already to have a plan with our financial status. Are we already prepared to take that step? Have we been able to communicate with the right people in our lives, in our families, to help us to be able to achieve that goal? Remember on the SMART goals, so that you can be able to go out there and also venture into the various opportunities that you can be able to get abroad. So second thing is about education and environment. Remember, when you go out there, there's something we call environmental education. There is the civil education. There is the town, like whenever you go to a certain district, you need to understand at least a bit about it. So that's why I normally advise people, always do your research before you go to a country that you are new to. You know, whenever you are novel in a country, it's always good to be able to understand some of their cultural needs, some of their environmental needs, what the people in that country like enjoy or also are able to embrace. So that's very important. So we want to support universal access to education and active environmental protection. So at the end of the day, we also look at the environment where we are going. Remember, we are talking about sustainable development goals. And what the most important thing about those goals is environment. We need to always understand where we are going, what are their practices, and what do they do to be able to manage themselves over there. The third thing I want to talk about, and I know many people have an idea of, is how are you going to leave the people that you have behind? How you are going to make sure that they have been planned for also. So the idea that I normally give people is that always understand, if you have kids with you, understand how you're going to leave them with someone, or you're going to move with them and you have already prepared in advance how you're going to manage them once you are in that country. So for instance, in Canada, when you come over here in Canada, the first thing they do is that they embrace your kids, they take care of them from when they are, we can just say from when they are young all the way to 18. Most of their schooling is covered by the government. And after 18, that's when they go to the colleges and the universities, that's when people pay. So that's an example of where we are here in Canada. And the idea is, once you are comfortable, let's say, to settle in a country, first of all, it's good to understand, are my children cared for? Are my siblings cared for? Is my parent my parent, when I bring them here, will they be at a disadvantage or an advantage? So that's a very good and a very important thing to remember, is for your family, you need to be able to take care of them and make them prepared and ready to be able to venture with you into the global arena. So another one is ethical business and equality. So that one, most of the things that I have clients who want to come as investors. And the first thing I normally tell them is, for each and every country, it has different requirements whenever you want to go as an investor to buy a business, to buy a property, so that you can be able to get into their, we can call them the permanent residency or the green card part of that country. So it's always good to understand that there is a package. Every country has a different amount that allows you to be able to come in as a resident and dwell there and with your family. So for instance, I just want to speak about where I am currently. They normally ask, you have to have 40,000 Canadian dollars, no, 400,000 Canadian dollars to be able to come in, invest into a business, and also get the investor visa and bring in your family. And that is one of the main goals that we look into. Yeah. So up to there, is there any questions?
Yes, Daniel, I have a question as you're just speaking. Maybe one or two. I don't know. Maybe you will. Maybe you're not yet there. But then let me just say the first one was, maybe would you talk about different kinds of visas? I've not traveled outside before, but differences: student visa, there's tourism visa, there are other kinds of visas, and what do they involve? That's the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I usually hear people say that sometimes you can go on, is it a tourist visa? Then you can change it to resident visa or something like that.
Okay, that's
yes.
okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Fanwell. So the first thing about the types of visas that we are able to offer, one, we have a study permit visa. So that's a student visa. So that one is more oriented towards coming to study in the different parts of the world. And every country has a requirement for a student visa. And one of them is the English language IELTS. People have to have that done and be able to achieve the different, they call them the CLB or the levels that you are supposed to have. So for us in Canada, we have different levels of the CLB that we require for the different, we can call them orientation and occupation that we need. We call them NOC, NOC codes. So they normally work with the occupational codes that somebody wants to do, national occupation codes. And for the study permit, we need to have a good financial statement. That's very important. Secondly, be able to approach an institution that is a DLI institution, like the Designated Learning Institute. I hope people are writing some things down. So with the DLI institution, they have been given a mandate that even once you are able to join them, there's a possibility of getting a postgraduate work permit, PGWP permit, which you can be able to work as you continue studying. And when you finish, you can apply for a residency here in Canada. And other countries have their different versions of the PGWP and the document that you need to join the school. And another thing is for admission. Remember, for any international student in any country, the cost will be different than the cost of the residence in that country. So that is for the study permit. First of all, we need to work on the financial obligations. That is, at the moment, I just want to give you an idea of now, let's say one of the schools here in Canada is a university called Niagara College. So they normally charge $40,000 for a year for a certain course, and for the residents it's like $10,000. The reality is, oh, sorry. Okay. I can see a hand up, Khaled.
Yes, hello, I'm Khaled. Thank you. It's my pleasure to speak. Yes, are you hear my voice?
I can hear you clearly.
Yes, thank you. My name is Khalid Hamid. I'm calling from Cairo, Egypt right now. It's now 7 o'clock p.m. I'm so happy to contact with you to tell you something about the visa because actually I partner for Ateska since last year, but I was not lucky to travel to Canada. But actually I had the, the visa to Canada. It was 7 years. That's second time I got this visa. It will be expired until 2030. My question is I'm actually a teacher also, and I have my project in education. It will be change the world in education. I member in UNESCO and UN as well, and African Union. I connection with many countries in Africa to create my project and share my project for many places in Africa, especially in Africa. But I work as individual. My question is, I have my visa now, but it is it's not permanent. It not has permanent for work. If I travel to Canada, because I know Canada is power country, I can also move from there to arrange for my project around the world. I don't know how you can advise me to do that, and also I want to become more advanced in Ateska for Egypt because I have to travel first, and I see how I can support my country, even Arab countries, because I speak 9 languages and have wonderful CV. But if I travel right now, because it's very expensive, the traveling, I travel around the world more than 20 countries. It's really cost money. If I travel to Canada, I don't know how much I can get work and get a work permanent. I don't know how I can arrange for my life because it's danger. If I travel and I don't have any idea, I will lose many money. It's right now it's very difficult. Thank you. I love Canada actually, but I don't decide. First, I have to have a place to travel directly, and I know exactly what I do there. Is that possible to arrange for something for myself? I don't know. Thank you.
It's a pleasure, Khaled. So the first thing I want to ask you before you go is I want to know how long your visa timeline is, because most of the time we normally look at, that's one of the points that we look at. How long is the timeline, and also what is your type of visa? Because with your type of visa, you cannot be able to know how you can be able to get into this country or also any other country that you are interested in. So can you answer that as we continue before we get to Margaret?
Yes, my visa it's available until 2030. It's open.
And also, what is the type of visa?
It's a type of visa I asked for conference, but I was visit for conference, but I was not lucky because I had some trouble and I didn't travel. That's last year, but but the first time I had also 5 years in my visa. Before it was before COVID. It was 2019. I traveled already to Ottawa for conference for education for 2 weeks and back again to Egypt. But it was very very cold, and then also back. But I don't know. Was I got a question for my application when I fill my application. There is the question if I travel, I won't travel to get to work. I answered yes. That before I get the visa, because I answered all questions that I'm a teacher, and all my experience. I also submit all my CV for certificates, everything. I did that online for the embassy for Canada. And also there is a special question that if travel for work, if you get work, I answered yes. That I was so safe for answer. That's it. And
Yeah,
then I got the visa for 7 years.
That is okay. So first of all, I wanted to know because with a visit visa, we know it starts with the letter V and then the number. With a visit visa, you cannot be able to come and work here in Canada. So first of all, we have some things we call red flags that they normally locate you very fast because most of the time they use AI to also go through your documentation. And when they send this a visit visa and he's going to work, that's a no-no. So you'll be denied the visa. So one thing I wanted to let you know is that if you're coming for a conference, remember with the conference that you are applying for, you just need an invitation from the conference. It is signed and stamped and confirmed by the people the conference that you're coming to, so that it can relate on your story, but don't put work because you can't work with a visit visa. That's one of the red flags that they normally use to, we can just say to release you from that travel. So the best thing you need to know is the red flags that cause people not to be able to travel. Secondly, there is also this issue with you put in, we can call it the financial statement, and it relates with less money than what the country requires from you. That's why people come to us as consultants, asking us, what is the current amount that I need to be able to present to the embassy to be approved for travel? So second thing is always look at your financial statements before you apply, because they also relate with the country where you are going. They'll just see this person cannot meet the minimum requirements to be able to come here, and they'll put you out. So for you, Khaled, I can guess that from what you have said and conclude is that you put in work, but you are coming for a conference. So at the end of the day, it relates with a difference in the application and the requirement of the country. The best thing you can do right now is to do something called a statement of purpose, an SOP, which we can work on it later. Once Dr. is able to connect you with me, is with a statement of purpose, you are able to explain that this is my way, this is what I want to come to Canada to do. This is a conference I'm coming for. I'm coming to learn A, B, C, D, to be able to go back to my home and share it with my people. So at the end of the day, they'll be able to understand that you're not coming to stay here. Because if you want to come and stay here, you need to start with something we call an express entry visa. Best thing about an express entry visa is that it gives you an opportunity to get a permanent residence once you reach here in Canada, and it is ascertained that way to do that. So Khaled, I'm sure about putting work in your visit visa is what, or the conference visa is what made you to be denied. But once you sit down and make a change on that when you are doing the application, it will be further successful than what you did before. And also another thing is I can see Margaret has put her arm up. Can you go ahead, Margaret? Sorry, Margaret, your hand is up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Karu. Hello?
I can hear you, Margaret. Go ahead.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Karu, for the insight that you are giving us. And thank you for your agency. I have been in this space for some time. I have my 2 sons in Europe on study visa. And I'm always very keen to listen. And today my concern is on to our very bright children. What options do you have? What options do your agency have for study in Canada? Looking keenly at scholarships. And when I say to our very bright students, like right now in Kenya, the KCSE results are out, and we have these learners with A's who'd want to pursue their studies outside the country. What options does your agency have for such bright students with regards to scholarships? Number two, do you have an option for loan for the students for the study visa? Do your organization have an option for loans whereby we are saying that you help them to travel and come and study? While they are studying, they are working as they pay the loan?
Thank you, Margaret, for those two questions that you have inquired. So first of all, I always want to give an idea of secondly, it's all based on their achievements. So you have already said that about bright students. So with bright students, we normally have a way to connect with schools in Australia, in Canada, in the US that are interested in giving students scholarships. And the first thing that they normally ask for is the breakdown of their academics, because that is their main goal. They normally look at mostly the academics related with that, the British way of learning and all that. So they mostly relate on that. And if it is just our normal KCSE, we need to base it in a way that it will relate with their curriculum. So whenever we want to work on from KCSE, or let's say secondary school to Canada, we present it with something we call a high school diploma. So we have to connect that student with a high school diploma in the country that they are interested in. Then we present those documents to those institutions. And when they look through them, they can able to tell them, yeah, we have this scholarship available. You can apply for it. One thing I want to let you know is that every person has an opportunity to get those scholarships if they are able to achieve through merit the eligibility status of the different, let's say, institutions. So yes, we can be able to present those documents to different institutions that relate with being able to offer them those scholarships and also the grants to study abroad. Second thing I want to let you know is that for you to be able to also help them to move abroad, the students, it's always good to have a relationship with an organization that is able to offer the same thing you said about the loans to study. So for me as a Skyflash agency, I currently don't have those connections with the loans, but I can be able to access the scholarships, send them to you on a client-to-client basis, and be able to guide you on how to do the application or how to be able to study it and work on it. So yes, Margaret, there are institutions which are able to offer those loans, but most of them, they want to see where you are. Like for us here in Canada and also some other countries, they want to see you already here. You're already settled here. You have your status relating for that country so that they can also be able to understand that you'll be able to sort out the loan once you get it. And the best thing is that there are these very different organizations that are able to offer such loans, but they have their own merits that they need to be met. Is that okay, Margaret?
Yes, that's okay. Thank you. Maybe
Oh,
I
okay.
will, through Daktari,
Okay.
maybe I will get in touch with you. Thank you.
That is okay. So I wanted to go next to the visit visa. Most of you already know that when you want to go and visit a country, it's because you're either going for vacation, you're going for just to go and rest, and at the same time also you want to go and look for opportunities to get into that country and stay there. So my idea is before you go for a visit visa, always look at, is there any other opportunity that I can get in that country apart from that visit visa? So most of the ideas I normally give people is, can you be able to work out on how to get volunteership? Can you be able to work out on maybe getting, let's say you want to go and do charity work? Is that country have that opportunity or that option to be able to go there? They can be able to pay you for accommodation in that country and at the same time help you out on being able to reside there. So every time before you think about visit visa or even the study permit that we are already talking about right now, always look for other opportunities that are open for you. They are always there and they are always available to be able to, for you to take advantage of and to be able to go to that country. For example, there are countries like Germany, they want people to go there and do volunteership. And the only requirement they want from you is, can you be able to speak their language? So if somebody is interested in going to Germany for a volunteership and probably to be able to go and live there, the best thing is, can you be able to get into their basic language proficiencies? For one I have in Germany is related with healthcare. So the only thing they want from our client is to be able to understand German language from A1, A2, then B1, B2. And once you are able to conclude that, they are able to take you in, and then they will pay for your plane travel and your accommodation as you continue working in that country. And it's all based on how you plan yourself. Are you willing to learn a new language? Like also the same thing with Portugal. You want to go there, but you don't know Portuguese. You want to speak English. You might reach there and find not a majority of people speak English. They want to speak their own language. So at the end of the day, it's always good to know. If you want to go to the global arena, are you able to interact with those people? Just the basic ways of life. If you want to go to Japan, and if you do have any idea of any Japanese that you can be able to go and just even ask for a cup of water, where can I sleep? How do I travel? Those are some of the nitty-gritties that people always ignore when they want to travel, and then they find themselves caught up in different scenarios. And I always advise people, if you want to go to this country, what do you know about that country? What is your interest in that country? So for the visit visa that I was speaking about, always work on funds. Always your financial status has to be on par with that country. For Canada, they are asking at least a minimum of 20,000 Canadian dollars. That is 2 million. That's the minimum, and anything above that, so that they can see that you can be able to sustain yourself, even at least for like 2-3 weeks that you have written there. You want to come and travel, and the opportunities are various. You can come with a PNP professional nomination program. You can come with a rural immigration program. All those programs you can come with, but are you able to sustain yourself for a short period before now you start getting the support from the country itself through working or through their social amenities? So I think up to there, I have done what is necessary. And anything else, you can be able to reach me through Dr. Christine. Any question you have before I go, I can give 2 or 3 to the podium so that you can be able to. Also, I want everybody to be free, feel open, and understand that you are able to go. There's nothing holding you back, but your mindset and your planning. That's all you need. God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's quite amazing. It's a lot of good information in terms of planning to travel. Before now, let's see what are your any other questions, any other comments? Let's interact. Let me see if there are any reactions in the chat. Someone is asking, that is Winfred Kitaka, how are jobs in Australia, especially for teachers? Would you love to comment on that?
Yeah, so for Australia, I have worked with something we call skilled immigrant visa. It takes 2 to 3 years to be able to get it. It is related with permanent residency in Australia. The only thing is that for that country, they have set goals and set limitations for each and every field that you require. And most of them, they want you to go there, establish yourself, do their exams, and come back and apply for the job. Can realize how hard that is. But for the skilled immigrant visa, you are able to apply for a specific entry level opportunity. Once you get into that country, you can now be able now to change and reside there. The best thing about Australia is that it has a very good environment for growth, and also their pay is good. So, and I've interacted with a couple of friends who have already gone there, and also people who are also related with schooling over there. And they always tell me that once you are planning about Australia, it's always good to plan yourself financially well so that you can be able to achieve most of their interests, because they do very strong financial follow-up. So yeah, that's also very important for Australia. Hello. There's also another question about visas.
Now, there's
Okay.
somebody,
Okay. Go ahead, Fanuel.
yeah, there's someone who is asking about, do you have visa? I mean, Margaret is asking visa sponsorship jobs. Do you have opportunities?
Yeah, there were before, but since August 2024, they had put a break on them. So currently, the visa sponsored ones I have are for Germany, the one I was talking about for the health and hospitality. So they work on training you on the language, and then after training on the language, they see that you've passed the B2, which is the fourth level. You are able to get the visa sponsor to go and work in Germany. And the best thing about it is that it's an institution that is well planned on giving people opportunities for work, and they have their own farm in Germany to be able to employ people. So yes, that was the one I know that can work for you. But for Canada, I've not yet gotten any visa sponsored job, because most of them, they say that there are a couple of, okay, people have become many here, so they're trying to limit and give the people that are already in the country a chance to get employment. And also I also wanted to give you an idea. There's also something we call a J1 visa. I know many people have heard about J1 visas in the US, Australia, Canada, and UK. Those are some of the countries that I've worked with. There are organizations that I work that give people an opportunity to go and work there for 1 year. Then they can talk to the employer to extend their stay in those countries. And they always look for you opportunities in different hotels, industries that relate with the hospitality. And with that one, it has a cost, but the cost is reasonable because it is with the organization having the chance to look for you, the employer to look for you, the opportunities, and also to be able to offer you various opportunities to be able to choose from and relate with the different countries that you want to go. So for the J1 visa, you've already heard of it. There's a lady on YouTube, you have heard of her. She normally talks so much about J1 visa. And at the end of the day, it's always good to do your research, follow up, listen to different avenues, and make a decision from there how you want to move forward. But the best thing is that the world is now a global village, so you can be able to branch in wherever you feel comfortable and secure your life and your future.
Yeah, thank you. That's awesome. And that's quite elaborate. Maybe I can read two more questions. Someone, John Makanga, is asking, is there age limitations for somebody who wants to study masters in Canada? And then I think in connection to that, Wilfred was asking about any age limits for teachers to apply to teach in Australia. Then maybe I can add one more because it's still related, or maybe you have thought about it. Someone is asking, do Canada have jobs for trained emergency medicine technologists?
Okay, so I will start with Australia. So the first thing is that you have asked about the teachers, and also if you want to travel, about the age limit. So currently, I just want to say that the age limit is not so much related with study, because even at 50 or 60, you still have your PhD, you still have your master's, you can be able to go and offer let's say, your talent in the different universities as assistant lecturers and all that. But the best thing is that if you travel to a country and you can see that your age is now going that way, it's always good to visit there with a conference mindset. Reason being, you go to the conference that relates to your calling. If you are a PhD in agriculture, you work on a conference that works with the line of agriculture, or AI with agriculture, so that you can be able to tell them, at the end of the day, I want to go and also share the same information I'm getting from that country. And with that, you can now be able to come and interact with people of the same field, being able to get better connections, because there are some countries right now which are locked. Since after COVID, they were open to bring in people, then they reached a level. They were somehow full of people. They only need specialists and they only need professionals. So when you go there in a conference mode, you'll get an opportunity to interact with various people. Remember, our country, Canada, right now is all about networking. So once you come here and you network with those people, you'll get one or two or three contacts which can be able to help you to change your visa. At the same time, present yourself in the right form in the country. And even if you go back home, you'll be able to have somebody to communicate with here in Canada. So that is a thing about the age limit. If you know you are 50 and above, always relate with conference first, so that you can be able now to interact with the different people in your field, and get a better view of where you fit in that country. You can choose to stay around, work with them for another 1 or 2 months, then decide, do you want now to change your visa? You can do an investor visa. Remember, I told you can buy a property, you can venture into a business here, and you can still stick around here. Also, but after August 2024, they were able to close that once you are inside the country, you can now be able to change your visa from a visit to a work permit visa, since that was controlled by the IRCC and they stopped it. So the only way we can bring people here through the conference is to come, socialize, network with people. Then they will give you the different opportunities, ways to be able to interact and integrate with the country. At the same time, we also advise people there are various opportunities here that you can come and take advantage of and be able to stick around. I hope that has answered about the age limit. In Australia, more or less, they're always about merit and your financial status, and also the availability of the jobs that you look for. So in South Australia, there are a couple of opportunities for teachers and also different people that now want maybe to go and stay there and change their lives. So South Australia is an idea I can give to the people in this podium. You can be able to research on it, find a way to be able to apply for it, or if you come to us, there's a cost, but we can be able to assist you. It takes 2 to 3 years, that is like 36 months, to be able to get a skilled immigrant visa. So it's in a period of 2 to 3 years to get a skilled immigrant visa. Any other question that I've left out?
Yeah, I have one or two more.
Okay.
Khalid was asking, if I travel with visit visa to Canada, how many days I have to live in? How many days will I have to live in that country? And
Okay,
then,
so
so maybe you can answer that.
yeah, for Khalid, I just want to say, you might say you are coming for 2 or 3 weeks, but they will give you a period of like 3 months to 6 months, and they will not hurry you to go back home. The idea is always show them the short term so that they allow you to come. Remember, this country is all about what financial status you have to relate with how long you're going to stay in this country. So it is all related with how you apply for your financial status and the time period that you're going to apply to stay here. So for 4 weeks, if you calculate, if I can just give you an idea of a daily cost in Canada. So you need like almost like $150 in a day. So if you do $150, you can calculate for 4 weeks. You can just guess how much you need to survive on a daily basis. That's just an average minimum. And then you can now calculate and see why the country is asking you to show at least something like $20,000 and above, so that it gives you an idea of a ballpark that you can work with. Is that okay, Khalid?
Yes, yes. Thank you for your support. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You are welcome. Okay. Another question, Panwell?
Yeah, there's one more from Nelly. Is asking if there's any opportunity for agroforestry and public administration graduates in Australia, Canada, USA, or plus any other country.
So I can just answer that this country is all about merit. It's merit-based. And the best idea is that if you are interested in agroforestry, we can work out on, you remember about the age limit, the conference, the networking of this country. So yes, we can be able to work it out as long as you are able to communicate with us and consult. We can be able to advise you on that. So nobody should have an idea that this is not there, because at the end of the day, they understand professionals are needed here in Canada to grow the country. So as long as you have something to offer this country, we can work together with you and see how you can be able to come here.
Yeah, in fact, in connection to that, it's even someone has said people really want to have your number so that it will be easy.
They'll have to pass through Dr. Christine. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
I appreciate her because she has given me this podium.
No, it's okay. It's okay, my brother. Just give them your number. These are trusted people. We trust each other. Yeah.
That is okay. But you'll share with them. It's okay. I understand.
Okay, please share with them.
Yes. So my contacts, I can give you my email address. So let me just write it on the chat. I hope everybody will be able to see it. And also I'll give you my WhatsApp contact there so that you can reach out, and then we can see how we can help.
Yeah. Have you exhausted all the questions? People should ask questions.
Okay, that is my email. Anybody who sends an email, it's always good to contact me on WhatsApp or call me and tell me. Yeah, because so many people are interested in traveling. So please just let me know. Apart from the email, you can also be able to contact me on WhatsApp. Tell me, hi, I'm Daniel. This is Christine. Yeah, I'm interested in coming to Canada. I've sent you an email. Can you go through it? That's all. It's always good to interact. And I'm happy and willing because I work with individuals on a different basis every day. So it's always good to reach out fast.
I hope you told them it is easier. It's better when the younger generation come than the older generation.
Yeah, that's also very important. Of course, I've given them so many ideas or so many, let's say, information. So in Canada, it's all about the younger you are, the more opportunities you can get to come here. And there are also so much support for the younger generation to be able to grow here. They have so many organizations and associations that are able to help them through STEM, and at the same time also to grow, even in the volunteer, in the charity and all that. So yeah, for the younger generation, we have more opportunities, even for the express entry. Oh, seriously, 32 years, young or old? 32 is young. That is okay, because 35 and below, let me just say, as a matter of the merit that you're looking at, 35 years and below, yeah, those are the youth. They have more opportunities here in Canada because they are, okay, we have an aging community here in Canada. And the reason being, since people will be able to live, work in the next 3 to 5 years from now, they need people to replace them. And the young ones are available, ready to work here. Yes. 60 years and above. Remember, I told you about the age. Come with a conference, work on the networks, get into touch with other people of your age and your calling, and they can help you to do work on consultancy. That's my idea of 60 and above. You can consult, and at the same time, you can also do another work as long as you are here. So age is not a limit. Let it not limit your mind and say, now I'm too old, I can't go anywhere. No, age is just a number. Go explore yourself. Make sure.
Yeah, my mom is here. My mom is, tell them my mom is here. My mom is 75 and she came to Canada. And
even my mom is,
she's
yeah,
doing very well.
Even my mom is 70. Yeah, I can't be able to say that. Age is just a number. Don't say you're old. Maybe there's something you can offer this country. Come.
My mom is
working. We'll be able to help you to come.
75 is working.
Yes.
75 working, 70 working, 78.
Wow,
as long as if you are able, you know. Yeah, here people normally say, I'm not able, when you're not able. And that's the difference.
How can I come to Canada?
Arena and Kenya. Yes, you communicate with us. That's where we are here. Yeah, don't limit yourselves. Don't limit yourselves to say that you are too old, then you send your children. You can also come and see how Canada is.
But of course, the children have got more opportunities than the older generation.
I've already told them that one. The youth have more years to work.
Yeah, Patrick. At 57, am I a youth or an old man?
No, you are a person. Come to Canada. There's nothing like old. You remember our friend Methuselah? How many years was he? Huh? There's nothing like old. We are still young in heart. Let's reach out and also do our part.
They can't say no. You know, they can't say no because of age.
Yes, the global world.
My teacher prepared for me. I'm coming to Canada.
my dad came at 80. My mom came at 75.
Guys, welcome to Canada. Welcome to the global world. Germany, Italy. We just work on where you want to
Australia,
go.
wherever.
Consult on it. Yeah, Australia. UK is a bit hard, but we can work out on the J1.
Yeah, Patrick has been raising his hand. Maybe we could give him a chance to ask.
Yeah, go ahead, Patrick.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you clearly.
I'm so sorry. You know, I really wanted to be in this meeting, but you know, I'm in a boarding school. We had an issue in the girls' dorm. So I've been just solving that problem. And when I came in, Dr. Chris, I said, please join. So I've just joined. And I have heard that people can go to Canada. And you know, I have my second born girl who graduated just in December, international relations, and she gets second class upper. She want to come to Canada. Is it now? And she was really telling me she want to go to Canada. So kindly, she'll get her certificates maybe in this year. Please kindly inbox me and give me. She really want to come there. My firstborn is in Russia. This one wants to come to Canada. kindly.
So you have my email there and my phone number on with WhatsApp. You can reach me out and we can work on it.
In WhatsApp?
No,
please
on the chat.
inbox me.
On
Inbox
the
me
chat.
kindly.
Yeah, it's okay. Or you can work with Dr. Christine. I have done my WhatsApp there on the chat.
Okay. I will contact
We don't have so many social things. Yes.
Christine, I will just come to you. I will really come to you.
It's okay.
Kindly,
I will connect you guys. No problem.
Thank you. Be blessed. Be blessed.
I have another question I can see here. Somebody is asking about New Zealand. So there are some few countries right now which are having issues with people. I have no idea. Most of it is in the ministry or even in the government. They are working towards that. So for New Zealand, I know there's opportunities for J1 visa. And if we work on that, we can be able to assist you on getting there. For travel, we normally work with volunteers and charity work. And if you are interested in going to New Zealand as a visitor, you can find a way to work on the volunteer or the charity work, which can help you to get there. And if you have somebody who is in that country, who can be able to assist you, get in touch with them, talk to them, be able to connect you and reach you to New Zealand. So the different countries that you are interested in, communicate with me. We see how I can be able to assist you. That's my purpose as a travel consultant. I consult with you, I guide you, and then we make your dream a reality. So that's my purpose, is to make your dream come true.
Yeah, Dr. Akama is asking whether you know of any exchange programs, opportunities for students and faculty from universities.
Yeah, so for exchange programs, I have a couple for US that I can be able to work with. So yeah, we can get in touch. We can communicate on that one. I have for US currently.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. So for cruise ship,
what does it entail? Maybe.
So what it entails is that you are able to change the student in US and the student in the country that they want to do the exchange. They are able to communicate, and the school has to write a letter because it's not just a visit visa. That's like you are doing a different either the same field or a different field, but you want both of you want to exchange. So that's the reason why I have one for the US which works on that matter.
Amazing, amazing. For high schools?
So for high schools, the only idea I have currently, like in Canada, is the high school diploma. We have to relate that schooling in that country and be able to accredit it with the country that they want to go after high school. That's like the colleges or the universities for their degrees and their masters. It has to have a connection with the country's high school diploma level. Like for us in our country, our high school diploma, it has to work with basic language, level 12 English, mathematics, a certain level, physics, biology. So we have to relate with all of that before they can come here and being able to get into those specific schools. So every school right now, they have something called ICAS. So ICAS is for the universities or the colleges, they have their own way to verify your documents before they give you a letter of acceptance, and also give you a chance to pay the amount that is needed to be, let's say, to get into the school. And then later on, you can pay a deposit and come to Canada.
Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Yeah, my name is Christine from Kenya.
Okay.
A sub-county director in Kakamega County.
Okay.
A sub-county called Matungu.
Oh, Matungu.
Now,
Okay.
I wanted to ask.
I am from Nakuru.
Oh, really?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, now I just wanted this clarification. What about sponsorship? Do you have, do you also do full sponsorship or half sponsorship?
Oh, you need to be more specific on that, kindly, on the issue of the scholarship.
Yeah, are there chances of somebody, if somebody can get a scholarship?
So the opportunities for scholarships, because they are merit-based and it's all about the grades, we normally work with the different institutions. Yes, so we can just present what the academics of that person, because we work individually. Yeah, so once we are able to present the academics to the school that they want to get into, because I normally take people through the schools that are available and the courses that they have, but it is at a cost. So through that, somebody can be able to choose which one they are interested in. And remember, the merits are mostly the A's and the B pluses. Yeah, it's always good to have that idea. They have to be like top scholars to get the scholarship. Yeah, but they are available.
What about masters?
For masters and PhD, yes, they are there. The only thing is just remember to present your academics. And then from there, they look at the merit. Let me tell you the truth. People come. The only thing is, are you merited in that level and your eligibility? That's what they look into.
Sawa. Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Yeah, someone has also asked a question which I know it's also of interest to others about cruise ship packages.
So for cruise ship packages, I don't want to say I know much about it, but the best thing is that because I'm a consultant, I can work with the client, understand where they want to get into that course, because mostly they deal with the Princess, there's the Voyager. There are different companies which work with the cruise ship packages. So the idea for me is to consult with you and get you into the right platform, because there are requirements that they need from you. Have you worked in a 5-star hotel? Have you been able to perform this and this task in this place for this time period of time? So because of all that, I normally tell people I can connect you with those institutions or those companies which need the cruise ship. But now from that step forward is for you to present yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, and someone else is talking about missionaries deployments.
So it's always good to expound on that, since missionaries is very broad. They are
Yeah, so
ministers, they
maybe
are pastors, they are
Ambassador
evangelists. Yeah. So
Joshua.
I have a program that we are working with for people who are in the vocational, like the calling ministers and all that for churches. And with that one, it is a different program that we use, because you have to have those pastoral, let's say, certificates, degrees, and all that for theology. And that one you can work on consultancy basis. Yeah.
Amazing. In fact, Gladys has just
Daniel, you want to take everybody abroad?
No, my time is almost over. I only have 5 minutes.
No.
Guys, welcome abroad.
You still have some time. We still have some time. We are finishing at 1:30.
That is awesome.
Just please exhaust all the questions. I'll be very comfortable and happy.
It is okay.
If everybody is happy and their
everybody is abroad.
Answered.
Everybody is abroad.
No. We don't want everybody abroad.
It's okay. We just want to go and grow. Yeah, it's always good.
No, we need people at home who will welcome us when we come back
home.
No,
they come abroad and then they go back home and take the knowledge.
Okay, no problem.
I'm all about the smart systems, AI and all that.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. It is nice. By the way, it's very nice. It's very nice to be abroad. As much as there are challenges, the challenges are good challenges. I mean, they keep you posted. They keep you alert, because you cannot sleep. You have to work. Yeah. When you come to such like countries, you just have to be ready to do the work. You don't just imagine that things will happen and money will drop from heaven. No, money is here. A lot of money is in these countries, but you have to work really smart and hard to get the money. So it's not that easy.
Yeah, and also I wanted to also put another point is that when you come to the global arena, the work you are going to do, because it is measured, it is like 4 or 5 times what we do in Kenya or Africa. So you should always relate with that yeah, it's always be time-based, it's measured by the employee and all that, so by the employer. So you always have to be ready to take that chance and that opportunity to make the best of it. And it is worthwhile at the end of the day. It is tiring, but worthwhile. That's what I can be able to say compared to our different places where we are. Doctor, you can go ahead.
Yeah, someone is asking whether a person.
So,
yes, Dr. Christine?
No, Gladys is saying that kindly schedule another talk like this, one for more people to hear and interact. I repeat, it's quite commendable as we have really enjoyed the talk. Thank you very much, Gladys. I would really love to do this several times. We try as much as possible to invite as many people as possible to the meetings, but we have recordings. For these meetings. The reason as to why I encourage people to attend the meetings is because then you are able to express yourself, you are able to ask your questions, you are able to connect with people directly, those people who join the meetings. So there are people who rely on recordings, and I don't think they're as helpful as if you attended the meeting. I don't know. I don't want to promise that I will do the same again very soon. Remember, we did one in 2023, and we had a speaker from Australia. So you can go back to the YouTube and get that recording and listen to it, and listen to what Daniel has also given us today. Compare the notes, make your judgment, and see whether you really want to travel abroad. I would really encourage, because of the challenges that we have in our African countries, things like corruption. I mean, rare. Like, if you want to go to heaven, go abroad, because there is nowhere you are going to corrupt a policeman. There is nowhere you're going to find yourself being compromised or compromising yourself to do something wrong and lawful, because systems in these countries work. So, like, if you want to go to heaven, yeah, it's a good place to be. It's a good place to be, because if you do something wrong, there is a judgment that is following. So you'll find yourself just doing the right thing because you don't want to fall in the wrong hands. So these are countries that are really straight. Systems are working. The only thing we are missing is that socialization, like the African socialization, the Ubuntu. That is the only thing we really miss. So the people you find, the people you connect with easily, you work with them. But back home, take advantage of the socialization. Yeah, socialize as much as you can, because when you come abroad, it's not that easy, because everybody is busy. Everybody is busy. Because if you can't be busy, then you can't make money. Yep. Thank you very much.
So I also wanted to share with you about remote work, because that's also something people have not yet realized, that because you're a global village, there is something called remote global work. So it's always good to go into those ones. And once you get into such kind of jobs, you can also be able to apply and move abroad. That's an idea that I had before. A couple of my clients reached out to me and told me, which other way can we be able to go abroad? And I told them, have you tried remote work? Because we all have different occupations or fields that we are specialized in. And these kind of opportunities are open for you globally. But you have to start with, how do you enter into that company from where you are, then being able to move abroad, as much as the company is also appreciating your services. So one thing is, something called a nomad visa, like the digital nomad visa. it helps so many people to be able to go abroad, since the company is also able to enjoy your services and they call you in and they give you so many benefits. So that's also something very important all of us should remember, this digital nomadism and also the remote global work, which you are able to relate with different companies, work for them, and they'll just call you in and yeah, you'll be also part of them. So don't always base all your life on the study, visit, tourism, conference. Also look at different ways. So that's why people consult with me and I'm able to advise them accordingly to the different ways to travel. So always remember that. Yes. Sorry,
Yeah, in
Maurice.
fact,
It's
on
okay.
that,
It's always good to put your hand up.
yeah, sure, sure. Well, Sam Morris, you were speaking, so that I don't cut you.
No. Just continue.
Okay. Now, someone had asked a question before I asked mine, and he was asking whether a student, someone with a second class lower, can have a chance to work in Canada. I think I got that question correctly. Can someone with second class lower qualify for sponsorship abroad? Yeah, that was the question. Sponsorship, not work.
So I just want to give you an idea of the reality in both scholarships and also at the same time travel. So for scholarships, they have their own eligibility criteria. So for the school that you are interested in or the country that you want to get in, remember there's a level that they want you to have reached to be able to get that scholarship. So if the second class lower, but it's in a field that may be electrical engineering or probably a field that is very rare, you can be able to apply to that school. And if you are able to qualify, because remember, it's all about merit. Yeah, so it also looks at the field that you are in, not only the academics that you have reached. It's also they're also related with more or less what is your occupation? Is it a high level occupation or is it just a normal regular occupation? So those are some of the things you should look into before you say yes or no. So that's what I do.
Now, before you answer this question, there was the last point that you were talking about remote jobs, and my question was, now that if you decide to do remote jobs, how do you then transition to travel now that you're working remotely?
Okay, so the
How
first
that?
thing about, oh, sorry, you can go ahead, Dr. Ari.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Just continue. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
really
it's
good.
okay. So about the remote jobs, most of them, they relate with a specific field of if it is training, if it is performing services, if it is serving a company, it all relates with the kind of field that you are into. And with that in mind, then you can now be able to compare, is that company globally able to also pull me in, or I'm just working online and making money and going to sleep? So the first thing we normally look at is this company able to work globally? Secondly, is it able to accommodate me if I'm interested in going to that country? So like, this Amazon, there is Outlier, about Outlier.ai. There are so many other companies that relate with like Ripen. So they all their abilities are different, and the capacity to encompass you and others is on a different level. So my idea is first look at the global presence of the company. Is it able to can you be able to get remote jobs from them? My advice, always go to their websites, check on if they have those opportunities for jobs, they're eligible, and also where are they located. Some of them, they tell you, we want a customer care person in Philippines. Another one, they'll tell you, we are in Cyprus. Another one in the US. So all of that is you are able to relate with a lot. Have I answered you, Dr. Manuel?
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. And
Thank you.
I hope I'm not really getting in the way of someone in terms of asking questions. But then there's someone who said, Nelly, asking about the remote global work. How do you apply and where? She wants more information on that. Maybe you could guide further.
Yeah, so for that one, we can. It's a very long process, so we'll be able to communicate and consult on that.
Awesome. And then
Yes.
Agnes was asking, when someone consults, do they pay the fee immediately, or how does it work?
So we normally communicate first, and we confirm the kind of consultation that you require, because normally I charge like $100 an hour. So if you're okay with that, we can be able to work it out. And we are able to sit with you down and take you through the different levels, or let's say requirements. And from there, you can all be able now to make a choice on your own on how you will best able to travel. And also, you know, the global life is all about you, your opportunity, and your how you have set yourself up. Thank you.
Awesome. Any person with a question, a burning question for that matter? Someone is asking if you could, sorry. If you could please type the remote jobs that you said, Amazon and another one here.
Yeah, I'll just type a couple of them because it's always good to share. Amazon.
Awesome.
Let's see.
And there's so much love in the chats. I think
Yeah.
people are really appreciating your expertise, your presence, Mr. Daniel, and also Dr. Christine for this very session.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Any other person? Just raise up your hand and mute before we come to our end. Personally, I think I have learned a lot. I like the of the many other things, good things that you have talked. I think I'd love to find out more about the exchange programs for learning.
Those are some of the few ones I know. The others we can be able to work on them later.
Yeah, and I think what we have done, you have shared your number in the chat. So before we finish, please, you think you want to link up with Daniel, just check up here, you'll see his contact. And let's
and you can also be, when you're in contact with Dr. Christine, you'll also be able to get me. So it's okay.
Yeah, because I know most people are in contact with Dr. Christine. So please make sure you do, because I know there are quite a number of teachers who are like, now we can find some more opportunities outside. If someone retires at 60, then they're still valuable in another country for active work, right?
Yes, and also for consultancy and also social development. One thing I want to share is that every country has its own way of accommodating people who are coming to be mentors. So we just look for different avenues for you in that country to be able to get into there with your knowledge, because knowledge is key, and that's what people are into. Most of the time, like in our country here in Canada and some other more, we need social workers. We need people who will be able to take care of the old, because it's true, they are becoming old, and some of them didn't figure out earlier to work out with kids and everything. So they need people to take care of them. So remember, caregiving, PSW, they are all needed in their various countries. And social work, because most of the countries, they need people to interact with and to help them to understand the way life is. And like for us here in Canada, we have an issue so much with social workers. We need them in a bigger capacity. So that's also another venture people can get into. And last, I just want to give an idea is that I work with, we call them RCIC, Registered Canadian Immigration Consultants. Those are the people who have been mandated to bring people to Canada from 15 years, 20 years before. And all I want to say is that it's always good to dwell with the people who are in that country that have been given the mandate to bring you there, than the person who is in our country who has not been given any mandate to bring you here. So I always give people that idea. If you have been told to bring people to Canada, have you been told in Kenya, in Africa, or in Burkina Faso, or you have been given a mandate here in Canada to bring people? So once you have that concept in mind, you'll be able to know why I've been successful in my business. I always work with the people of that country who have been given that mandate by the government or by the institutions that are in that country to bring in people. And that's why I always advise people, whenever I communicate with you, whenever I consult with you, I will give you the right persons or opportunities or institutions that will guide you to the next phase in your life. So if you can write that down, RCIC, and you can research, you can find out more about them. Registered Canadian Immigration Consultants.
Yeah, and then there's a question I think we had missed and I have found it. Someone, John was, I don't know whether we answered it. Between Canada and UK, which one do you recommend in terms of studying masters, in terms of tuition fees, living costs, and permanent residency?
Yes, for me, I just say Canada. Reason being, it's a social life that you'll have here. More or less, you'll have a more easier transition. Remember, in UK right now, they're saying you have to wait for like 15 to 20 years to be able to get a residency there. And here we can calculate between 6 to 8 years. So Canada, for me, is best for you to transition. And also at the same time, our let's say the course here is more or less related with Canada and US and UK and Australia, so it is at par with the world. So it's a first world country, and your studies here will be recognized internationally, and the cost is not that expensive as other countries, which of course you have already done your research on. So I can just say that according to those 3 or 4 criteria, I concur that Canada is the best option for between the two.
Amazing. And then there's someone here who I think, Winfred Kitaka, asking whom to consult because he wants to go to Australia. I think now the consultant is here. You don't have to look no further, right?
It's okay. Yeah, you can be able to communicate. Remember, I told you Australia is all about merit. So we have to follow up with a certain plan. But yeah, we can succeed in that.
Awesome. Have we exhausted everything, people?
Oh, and another thing before we exhaust everything, remember that
Yes.
whenever we are working on travel, study, and all that, it's never 100% sure it will go through, but we do our level best and we leave the rest to God and the embassy. So kindly remember that concept whenever we work with you and we guide you and we advise you. The embassy also has a final say, and also God will leave it to him because he is the main part of it.
Yeah, thank you. That's good to give that section. Now there's someone called Ambassador Joshua, Ambassador Missionary Joshua. Please, I've seen your hand up. Just take it up. Joshua, it's your turn. Unmute.
So what I would want to inquire is, out of 193 countries in existence, how many countries do you have networks in, such that in case I am planning to do the deployment of missionary, which I'm in the work plan to deploy 7,000 missionaries in the global villages to realign the gospel of the new era concept. So may I get to find out how many networks of the countries you can be able to reach me out to? Thank you.
Okay, so before I answer that, Ambassador Missionary, the best thing about missionary work is that it is a global endeavor. And due to that fact, we have different avenues for missionary work here in Canada, in the US, and also in Europe. So I won't be able to be specific in how many countries there are, but an average of 30. And the best thing is that we just want to work with where you want to send your missionaries and their availability of people to be able to accommodate them in that country and to be able to help them to integrate into that country. So the idea is we first have to work on the number of people that you want to take, which country you are comfortable, because as a missionary there is a calling you have been given. I want to send people to Europe, I want to send people in South America, I want to send people in the US. It's all about first the calling that God has put in you and the people that you want to send. Secondly, we have people who are invested into the theology with the masters and all that, PhD, that we work with together to help with the institutions, the churches, and organizations. So yeah, we can be able to work on that also on consultation basis. Yeah.
Cleared. Thank you.
You are welcome, Ambassador.
Okay, so I want to believe people have really exhausted their questions, unless there is still one pressing more.
I can see someone called Maritim is asking for my contact. It is in the chat.
Yeah, just scroll the chats before we close up the meeting. Dr. Daniel's number is somewhere.
And you can also reach Dr. Christine. I will find me.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But remember, I work individually with individual people, so, and also with referrals, so it's okay. As long as you reach up to me, I will guide you on what to do.
Awesome. Personally, I've really benefited a lot. I have learned so many things that I had no idea about. But then I think I will reach out to you for other questions, which I think that I would need to talk to you out of this forum. Missionary Joshua, I think you still have some other questions. Just unmute and speak, and then we can bring it to a close. Or that was the hand that you had raised previously, Missionary Joshua? Okay, I guess probably
that was the previous one. Thank you. I am done. It has been.
So,
Yeah.
Mine is to say thank you so much for the privilege and opportunity to serve you and to be here among your respected peers. Thank you so much, and God bless you all. And with Dr. Christine, your ways to abroad is open. Welcome and enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Christine, and all the other dignitaries that are here, because let me say the truth is that you have been sent to be a beacon of hope to others. And I'm here to be of help and also of service. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We are also so happy, and you can see the much love that people have shared in the chats, and many are still yearning to have this session again and again. So that is just to show you that people really want to know more about travel for different purposes. Because it's a dream to also go outside, whether it's for work, whether it's for business, and especially for good reasons. So thank you so much, Daniel. I want to ask if we have any volunteer to pray for us as we bring it to a close, and then we can end it up. Anyone who can pray for us? Can I ask Missionary Joshua, Ambassador?
Okay. Thank you. Let's pray.
Okay, thank you.
Father, in the name of Jesus, we want to give thanks for the idea that has been presented to us. Many of us are striving to go in different nations. I want to commit everyone who is here, every dignitary which is around, to help them in the dream of what they have aligned forward to achieve 2026. In that regards, God, may we give blessings to this gentleman who has given us his time to guide us how we can make moves to different global villages. I want to thank so much Dr. Christine Obaigwa for the contents. Help us to move this far, and then we take this to context. We pray this and believe you'll hear us in the next nearby future. In Jesus' mighty name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
much.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon.
Thank you,
Good
Dr.
afternoon.
Thank you, Daniel.
So next time we can meet again. Yeah, we can meet again at the same link.